Hello, my name is Cool Yoshi, and welcome back to my one. I guess I should have mentioned this is 100% playthrough. I never really mentioned that, did I? But yeah, this is a 100% playthrough of Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for Switch. In the last video, we defeated Bowser Jr. in a big battle. I just thought I would mention, and after like hundreds of hours, we finally got our boy Yoshi. After like more than 70% of the game. In the last video, we showed off some skills and doing other stuff, but now we're gonna start buying weapon upgrades because, as it turns out, yeah, it's that time again. We get to do challenges. Remember those challenges from the early part of the game that we didn't really have much interest in, like, doing extra stuff or something? Yeah. I think I like this one better. Yeah. Now that we have the upgraded weapons, we can actually do the challenges properly, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and upgrade these weapons in a particular order. Starting with, of course, Mario and Rabbid Peach first, because they are the more important ones. Not saying that Not saying that to be mean, I'm just saying that they're the best characters in the game. Of course I need to upgrade them first. Interesting. She didn't get an extra sentry. Wow. Mega Bug. Does that mean I have to defeat, like, a big Mega Bug boss? Is that just saying that I have to do boss, then I can get that? I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of annoying that this sentry is the strongest I can get, but what can you do? Alright, well, now I'm gonna just continue doing upgrades on my other weapons, but doing an order based off of other stuff. Now, just like the other characters, Yoshi does have a secondary primary weapon upgrade, so we can skip his first weapon upgrade again to just get this one, which is actually basically a retro version of his old one, which is nice. Then, I've seen how important Ink is. We're gonna get him for the secondary weapon. So, yeah. I like that name, Kenny Striper. Sniper. It's such a hilarious name. Alright, what else do I want to get? Oh wait, I have an idea. Rabbid Mario, you've been far behind enough, and I'm actually going to use you in a battle anyways. I am going to give you a Vampire. And I'm going to throw this weapon right on you, because that looks really cool. You probably don't actually need more than another upgraded weapon, but I figure, let's get this. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Then, get you the upgraded version of this weapon. Just gonna be that. Then Peach, you're gonna get, I do not want you to get burn weapons, so we'll get you freeze instead. Burn is kind of awkward and kind of wastes a lot of time if we're trying to go for a fast setup. And then for Peach's secondary weapon, we'll get this. Oh, frick. I wasted money on that. Without looking. Alright, I'm gonna get this one for Peach. Then, we'll probably just go in linear order, but Luigi needs to probably get the next weapon upgrade next, because come this next battle, Luigi's actually gonna be a lot more important. I did try to keep him close to the other characters, but now he's definitely gonna be very important. I'm gonna get this one. Why the heck not? Alright. So yeah, we get to finally use all of our money we spent since the start of the game. Oh, yeah, I guess... No, wait, I got that properly. I probably should have thought of looking at this upgrade setup. I'm gonna keep putting Vampire on him. So that one is probably better. Vamp. Anyway, I'm just gonna go to the end of each of these real quick. Make sure I'm not missing something. Nothing there, really. Okay, oh, I didn't really get a secondary weapon. And then, oh, VG didn't even get anything. Oh, that's bad. Alright, alright, right, VG, I think you've waited long enough. Let's just give you this. And then we can't give you that because we don't have enough money. So, yeah. Thankfully, we're going to get a lot of money for this. This is the part where we're going to have to start buying all the weapons. I did mention I was going to buy all the weapons to say that I had them, because I'm technically considering that part of 100%. But anyways, I think I've had enough time waiting around, so yeah. In the last video, we did defeat that boss fiend, but now that we are back near the mid part of the game, also, I just realized something. That didn't give us anything, so that means, yeah, we won't even be able to fully 100% the game of its chest until we defeat the final boss. Yeah. Classic Mario Brothers there. It always makes us defeat the final boss first before we do anything else. Anyway, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to finally start going around and doing various challenges and collectibles that we missed on. The reason why we didn't do them before is because we didn't even have close to enough upgrades to do them. But now that pretty much as strong of a team power as we're going to have at this point in the game, we are going to do the other stuff. Also, I'm surprised that was a free turn battle thing. If I had known that, I would have probably focused a bit more. But we do have some upgraded weapons now, and now that we know about that, we could probably just ignore the minions turn 1 and just start Bowser Jr. himself. But that's gonna be definitely a tough chapter, so I think I'm gonna probably get upgrades for our characters first. So, anyways, there are these challenges hidden throughout the area. You can actually do them from the main menu. However, there is also a secret chapter that we have to find, but we can only find it by walking around. So, we're gonna have to, yeah, slowly walk around here and try to get as much stuff as we can. Starting with the very first challenge, the Swarm Challenge. This is actually a really good challenge for grinding money. In fact, I'm going to show you the best strategy for this. A lot of this I actually did mimic from other videos. You can watch those if you want. Anyways, remember those upgrades I did with the other characters? Rabbid, Mario, Peach? Yeah, we're going to use those right now. Alright. So this one has a very specific setup to do very fast. You can do this early on, not bad, but in my opinion, this is a little bit of a better setup. So you're going to go here with Rabbid Mario, then you're going to immediately use his ability for Magnet Dance, which is going to draw everyone in, and then you're going to do a very particular hit. I think this has to be very particular. This enemy right here in front of Mario, we are going to hit. And yes, this hits all 8 enemies at the same time. And also, because we did a lot of damage, we did a bunch of other damage. And then from there, we just pass the turn to the enemies and finish the battle like this. We go first with Rabbid Mario to this point, and then hit this enemy with the vampire, and then Peach doesn't even have to move. She can just fire from her standstill position and hit everything. Now, I did change her to the ice ability. That's because if you use burn, this actually takes longer because all the enemies start running around. And this particular setup lets us win this battle very quickly. In fact, we may need to use this more in the other challenges because this is a really good setup. Anyway, very easy challenge to start with. Unfortunately, there's no way to really segment the challenge, so I'm just gonna kind of explore each world and do this in parts. The first world is probably not going to be bad, but later on it is going to get a lot more tougher. But anyways, yeah, we get to finally split between the other characters. After not using certain characters for a long time, I decided I'm going to give as many different characters a shot as I can. So I think we'll be using Rabbids a bit. But I do want to at least use some character subs. Anyways, I just thought I would show that first. Also, I completely forgot this. We could have actually gotten this at the start of the game, but we forgot it. In fact, I think I forgot other stuff in this chapter too. That's actually a reason why I'm going to fully explore chapters starting from the beginning, because, well, obviously we need to find a secret chapter, but also we need to find all the unlockables we couldn't get because we straight up didn't have the unlocks to do it. Now, if you're wondering why I waited so long, well, basically, that's the way the game is set up like that. You literally cannot do all the stuff right away. The game will not let you do that. Instead, they basically force you to find a series of upgrades, in this case, Beeble upgrades, which are only unlocked after completing each world. So you pretty much have no choice but to come back to the worlds at least one extra time to get all the stuff. And there's even some around the other worlds as well. Now, you could have done this earlier to get orbs to make the next chapters a bit easier, but personally, I wanted to do it this way later because, well, the first 3 chapters aren't actually that bad once you get the hang of it, but it gets a bit tricky. Also, if I miss a challenge, I'm not gonna necessarily go back for it, although we probably shouldn't miss the challenges because they're only going to be in front of the other battle areas we already did. So as long as we make sure to actually go into the battle areas, we should be fine, since obviously the challenges only actually are around on the actual battle areas themselves. But anyways, yep. And yes, these challenges are required for 100%, so we are going to do them. And looks like we arrived at our second one. This one, the Challenge 2, easy. And looks like this is our first Toad mission of the game. So remember Toad from the start of the game setup. Well, now we have escort missions for him here. And we have a very particular setup we want to use for this as well. So this is where we're gonna bring back one of our old comps, Red Peach and Luigi, which means you can do this right away. Now this Toad mission, I'm gonna talk about it real quick. This is the single reason why I maxed Luigi's Mega Itchy Feet, which is this skill right here. Make sure you have this maxed, otherwise this battle is gonna just take way longer, in my opinion. That's actually another reason why I waited, so I could have more skill points to make this battle easier. Real talk though, this is one of the easier battles. It's not actually going to be that bad, so all we're going to really do is just use Itchy Feet and then just move Toad out of the way early. So yeah, get used to seeing a lot of these battles. Essentially, whenever there's a Toad mission, we pretty much just want to move them as soon as possible, and then we can kind of just do whatever we want after that. For this first part, I think I'm just gonna use my Mario hammer to AoE those enemies down easily. Then I can kind of just go wherever. Then Luigi, I'm just gonna have you follow Toad, so I'm basically just gonna move him wherever Toad moves, and he's gonna single-handedly escort him. And then, there's no extra enemies yet, so there's no point in using Hero Sight right off the bat. Peach, you're gonna go right here. And then, we're gonna end the turn. And it looks like we do get the enemies to appear right away. Now, if I did the dash properly, I can almost defeat one of these enemies right away. But I can't, and I don't think Empower boosts dash damage, unfortunately. But that's fine. Honestly, we don't need to do that. These enemies are pretty easy to just take out normally. We can probably just push them around normally. Alright, I'll move Toad over here now. Whenever we can, we want to move Toad first, ideally. well, here we go. I'm not going to use any abilities because I don't want to waste time having to go into my ability tree every time I want to do something. Except, of course, I am going to use Itchy Feet with Luigi every turn I can, because that's the only way to make these battles go faster. That's also the same reason I upgraded the speed of that. Okay, I'm going to use this just so, like, just so the game doesn't make me do that every turn, although at this point I probably should just summon the enemies. Alright, ooh, this one's a bit more trickier. There's a few more enemies than I would have liked. Alright. Well, I think, well, first we need to do the Itchy Feet Toad movement first. Oh, okay, we don't even need to do that. Now you can see how busted giving Itchy Feet to Toad is. You can win some of these battles really fast with that, so yeah, just did this battle really quickly. I think the tournament was like 6 or 7, and we did it in like 2 or 3. Anyway, since it's an easy enough challenge, I think I'm probably just gonna stick with this comp for the rest of the battle. Maybe even throw in Rabbid Luigi a bit. Okay, I think we got enough stuff done, so now we should be able to go to my weapon selection and finally give Rabbid Luigi an upgrade he's probably waited on for... Oh, never mind. Still a few challenges to do. Whoops. Alright. Well, that's fine. We don't really need a secondary weapon. We could probably just use them anyway. Looks like we missed another, coin thing. But then again, that makes sense. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, we couldn't gotten that, even if we tried. So that was the first block thing we had to do here in the first world. So, yeah. And then if we use this, it's gonna fire us 15 feet across the map, all the way over to here. We're gonna get another chest containing something. This one for Rabbid Luigi, and we can also open up a shortcut to just go straight to another challenge thing. But I'm gonna have to go for that challenge anyway, and there is another chest I have to get over here, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're gonna blast our 15 feet in the air and land back where we were. But yeah, I get it. Also, you can just do these, and yes, I do get that you can just do these challenges from the washing machine menu. I prefer to do it this way because, well, 1, we don't want to do the other strat, and 2, we kind of need to do this because if we don't, we straight up just won't be able to do anything. For those of you who don't know, by the way, yes, this is another Mirrorbot puzzle, so we pretty much just have to mimic what we see on the top screen, although they do kind of throw you off in one of the missions by so you actually have to do the opposite of what they tell you to do, but thankfully this one's pretty easy, and a good thing about solving these puzzles is they're guaranteed to give power orbs when you do, so like I said, we may not have many power orbs right now, we may not get much power orbs from this mission, but as we go through and clear all the other worlds, we're going to get a lot of orbs very quickly, and you will see that this is 100% worth it to do, in my opinion. The main reason I got Yoshi mostly is I think there will be challenges that force us to use certain characters, so I want to have Yoshi to be able to use him, because he probably will be needed for some of the challenges. Other than that, though, yeah. Remember the blind playthrough section? Other than me doing the first couple of challenges here in the first world, I'm pretty much blind for all the challenges, so yeah, this is going to take very long. To make it not as stressful, I am going to segment this based off of the world, so if I finish the world early, I will end the episode early just to keep the video normal. But other than that, yeah. Get used to seeing this walking because we're going to be doing a lot of it in these next episodes, and unfortunately there's not a lot I can do to speed it up, so we're kind of just going around and doing all the other stuff. Hopefully I can have the main game finished soon. I will say I will be doing Donkey Kong Adventure because that is its own side thing. It will be separated into its own playlist category though, just to make it easier in case somebody else wants to watch it. However, it'll probably be coming out after the main episode, but just note that, yes, I will be doing Donkey Kong Adventure if anyone keeps asking me that. Yeah, I do want to do that because I consider that pretty much part of 100%, so yeah, I have to do it, so yeah. Anyway though, we're just going around and collecting some more power orbs, I guess. What else can I say? There is technically a coin upgrade we could have gotten that could have helped us collect more coins, but I don't think it's worth doing it. All it really does is it changes your golden shots to give you 15 coins instead of the 5 when you haven't upgraded them, when you fully upgrade them. And they also home in on you, but obviously we're not worried about that. Anyways, we arrived at our third challenge. I don't even know what these names are at this point, but ooh, this one has a very interesting puzzle. You know what? Just to be funny, I'm gonna show you what you can do in the first part. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this normal team for a while, but there's kind of 2 ways you can actually do this battle that I'm gonna show you. First is what I consider the normal. Oh my, what the frick was that? Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Did I forget to mention, challenges can be really wacky sometimes. Don't understand why, but randomly, when you would try to attack an enemy, the game will just crash. Unfortunately, as you saw there, it still stays in there. This seems to be only a thing possible in challenges. Thank goodness for the game saves after every single challenge that you do, because otherwise this would take forever. With you potentially losing progress and doing other setups. By the way, I'm not going to be cutting out any of this, so yeah. I just want to show you that this can happen. So yeah, for some reason the main game is pretty much fine. In fact, I haven't crashed a single time in the main game yet, but then when we actually start doing the challenges, now it crashes. It's also so weird because I literally just did that challenge. At least a few times in my other files, and I never had a single problem, so now all of a sudden it does it. So I don't know what is going on. I think this is just a normal thing. I did research that though, and I did find out, yes, randomly in these challenges you can just crash. There's no way that specifically shows that. And by the way, the game doesn't have a proper save state, so every time you crash, you end up in Peach's castle. Thank goodness for the teleports, because otherwise you would have to go back through the entire chapter again just to get past this. Given the points are limited, but hey, it's better than nothing. Alright, so where do we need to go now? Well, it looks like our challenge feed did update, so let's see. I forget where if I find the third challenge, then I think number 3 is where I'm going. Otherwise, I think I have to go number 2. I also think I might have missed stuff. So, once I find a challenge here, I'm going to go backwards for a bit. Unfortunately, there's not a lot you can do about it. The challenges are just kind of buggy. I don't know what the game is thinking about this, but yeah, they randomly bug. Oh, that is way too far back. Okay, we have to go back quite a ways. I'm just gonna warp back to Peach's castle. I think we're gonna have to do starting from number 2 if we want to get through it. We'll have to walk through a little bit more stuff, but I guess it's better than doing nothing. But yeah, and no, I'm not cutting that out if anybody is wondering, because I wanted to show you that the game does indeed crash sometimes when these challenges are loaded. There's no reason why this happens, and the developers have not fixed it as far as I'm aware. You will always have to deal with these crashes, so there's not a lot you can do about it. So it's kind of RNG. thank goodness for this game have autosaves. Thank goodness for this game having autosaves galore. Otherwise, it would take forever. Let's see here. Okay, I definitely did that. I need to see, because, I don't know if it saves after everything. Although, from what I heard, it seems like every time you get a chest, or at least it was set up, the progress is definitely saved. So, yeah. Yeah, from the looks of it, it does save after every box, so at least I don't have to get the boxes again, but I do still have to progress back through the points that I went to before. And it doesn't actually save in the challenge setup until after the challenge, so if it crashes again, it kind of messes up the thing. That's too bad, too, because we were about to get into one of the funner challenges of the game. Like, legit, that challenge we were about to do is actually one of the funner ones I've seen in a while. It's incredibly unique what they make you do, actually. Right. I'm a bit worried, though, because I did get a push weapon on action in for Peach, but I think I have a way to fix that. In fact, you know what? Before I even do the next attempt, just for this one battle, I'm going to set Peach's weapon back to the starting weapon of the game that she starts with, which is this one here. Because we don't want to kill this enemy, because we're going to need it for a later setup. The second one is like, it doesn't matter, we don't need it there at all, but for this challenge, I want to specifically set it up like this, because we actually want to show better steps. And yes, I am doing the challenge twice. That's actually intentional, because one of these strats is actually a 10 strat, but the second one is actually a cheese. I just wanted to show both, in case somebody wonders how you're supposed to do them. Anyway, gotta check everything. Looks like that one's okay. So pretty much every time we open a chest, it automatically saves. That's cool, so we don't actually have to go as far back as I initially thought. In fact, here we are. We're back pretty much where we left off. Oh, it does save in between each of those. Okay, that's cool. So that means every time we start it again, as long as it doesn't, like, crash in the middle, it should work good. Alright, well, yeah. Anyway, let's hope it doesn't crash this time. It's kind of hilarious, because it was just a normal weapon fire. It was just like any other weapon fire in the game, and yet, for some reason now, they decided to crash me. Alright, let's see if this works. Again! It literally did the same thing again. I don't know. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'm just gonna come back when this fixes itself. Since it did it the second time, now I'm gonna cut it out. Yo, boys! As you can see, it finally worked. I don't know why the game crashed twice, but, yeah, it was a big problem, but we fixed it. Hopefully it just works now. Alright, well, anyway, so, back to what we were doing. This challenge is probably one of the more unique challenges in the game, and you can see why. You might have only noticed a little bit in the beginning, but the enemy super effect had an effect thing that said that it was 100%. And you're probably wondering why it's that way. Well, that's because this is what you're supposed to do. You actually have to let these guys hit you, not once, but twice. Because once you do, you'll be bounced all the way to that spot, and the battle will be over. At least, that's what you're supposed to do to win this challenge, but as it turns out, there's a much easier method. Alright, good, it's saved this time. Anyways, we finished that challenge, but this is also a good way to grind money, because this challenge is pretty fast to clear, too. So, anyway, we're gonna go in again. Before I do this one, I am going to go ahead and switch my weapons back before I forget. This is one of the only times in the game we had to do that at all, but now we're going to switch them back to their original power. Just gonna be that. And yeah, we are done. Alright. Woo! Alright. Quite a bit of stuff. Alright. By the way, I think I'm probably going to have to use both Mario and Luigi for that refight to get the setup done. But before I think of that, I need to actually do other stuff. Anyways, so that's what you're supposed to do to win the battle. But there's actually a much easier method that's actually just going to completely cheese the method. Remember that itchy feet thing we talked about earlier? Well, it once again gets some use here, so what we're going to do instead is switch straight to Luigi, uses itchy feet, and then we could just kind of casually walk onto the spot like nothing's different and instantly end the battle. You must have itchy feet upgraded to at least rate 2 or 3 to do this, jeez, otherwise it will not work. This is basically the speedrun way of doing this challenge, and it is super fast. It also is one of the best ways to grind money in the game. Ooh, speaking of which, I can now finally buy that weapon that I wanted for Rabbid Luigi. Let's go ahead and do that, because I think I want to actually bring him out in the next couple of challenges. I'm going to kind of just rotate between the characters. I honestly don't know what to do. I want to show off each of the characters at least a little bit. And I'm going to bring both Luigis in for this next one, unless I have to do something different. And, of course, we're going to have Luigi get his upgraded secondary weapon when I was waiting on. We don't have a burn weapon yet, so let's just go ahead and do that. Why not? Since we only have access to burn or push, we don't really have options to stop the enemy from moving around, so I guess I'll just do that. Anyway, we are done with that challenge. That's actually not that bad of a challenge. I'm just kind of annoyed that it crashed that much. But yes, don't be surprised if that happens. This actually supposedly can happen on any challenge. Why that one in particular this time around? I don't know, but yeah, that could just happen. But anyway, with that annoyance out of the way, we are finally back. By the way, don't be surprised if these videos take a bit longer to do because, well, honestly, let's say when this is crazy. I'm just gonna go for this challenge now. Anyways, we get a new one, which is called All-in-One. And it's another one-turn limit battle, but we have, well, all of the enemies at once. We don't really need to use our buff. In fact, we can just dash a couple enemies out of the way. This is actually why I wanted to bring Rabbid Luigi in. It's one of the stronger damages of the game, and the fact that he can heal when he just makes it really useful. Anyways, I never really fired his cannon before, so let's go ahead and see what that does. But yeah. Okay, I guess he's definitely better than I thought. Because as we saw, he can just solo that battle on his own. Although, to be fair, we are really busted in terms of HP. We probably also didn't need that strong of a dash, although we did thought of a vamp dash. But at the very least, we do need 160 extra damage on our dash, because otherwise we weren't going to kill that enemy. Only Rabbid Luigi can do that strat, because I don't think anybody else has that strong of a dash, so that actually might come into play. We're not going to use him in every battle, but I do want to use him as much as I can. In fact, I might just go ahead and use him in after one with this setup. And I'm going to exchange setups too as we go through, because I think I'm kind of starting to understand what we're supposed to do to get these upgrades done. Where did we get? Oh, we didn't even get that. Oh yeah, that's right, because we got thrown past that battle. There was no way of us knowing that was there. Alright, well, we got that done. Now what? Alright, there's another challenge. I'm just gonna do it right now, because this island is actually right next to a spawn, so even if we crash, we can just come right back to it. But let's keep going with the next challenge. This is a defeat all enemy counter thing with the turn limit set to 4, but there are chain chomps. I think normally you're supposed to use a bunch of chain chomps and do a bunch of silly stuff, but I'm gonna do something different. First, we're gonna have Mario Empower. This is fine. We have a lot of turns to do this. Actually, I should just do Rabbid Luigi's turn before I even think about doing anything else. So we're gonna use him. We're gonna dash these two enemies out right off the bat. Just removing him from the battle. Yeah, pretty cool move there. If you do dash out an enemy, unfortunately, you cannot get its golden coin thing. But anyway, now we're going to use our AoE cannon to defend the rest of the enemies. This is actually, I guess, the main use of this weapon. The fact that it just does AoE damage. So this is actually probably one of the next best things we can do. Just, alright, I don't know what to do with Luigi, but I am going to, I think, move him like here. And this enemy will die right away. I'll just kind of move him here. It doesn't really matter because we're going to use a sentry with him. And just take out the enemies in one try anyway. So I'm going to see what we can do. Okay, alright, good. We can just do that. Yeah, that will probably be the easiest way to do that. So you're supposed to use the chain chops, but if you have overwhelming power, you can just do that. In fact, normally you are supposed to use the chain chops to just slowly weaken one of the enemies. That's basically what you have to do. So yeah, surrounded. Not so much anymore, though. If anything, the enemies were the ones surrounded. We just kind of annihilated them. Yeah, it seems Luigi's at least good at something, both dashing and apparently doing a lot of AoE damage. My goodness. It actually looked really cool. The only reason I didn't use them is because after the early chapters, it doesn't really do much, in my opinion, but later, he actually can be really good. And so yeah, that cannon's kind of special. So after activating that, we get flown very far, so much so that we end up on a completely different, separate part of the map here. And not only that, we can activate a bridge to go to a different side, and even get a free chest for doing that. I think there's one other thing we can do here as well. Actually, no, wait, no, that just leads back to the other spot, which means we're gonna go back to the cannon. But anyway, 2 more chests! And some more orbs, which is really nice. We could have actually got these without the other upgrades, but I think we do still need, like, 1 more upgrade. Anyway, going back. Oh yeah, this duck thing. This was actually in one of my, This was actually legit one of my thumbnails, that duck right there. To be fair, it's pretty cute and funny looking, just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well, I already know what to do here, and I also already know we pretty much presented this puzzle area, so there's not going to be any chests here, so we'll just do it the way we usually do it, do it fast. Kind of annoying that we have to do this puzzle at all, but whatever. Now, we should arrive at another challenge soon. Gonna look around here for a bit though. I know there's a shortcut, but like, I need to make sure that I'm not missing any chests, because we are actually doing a 100%, so of course we have to grab every chest at least once. And now we're gonna go back to this area. This one looks very familiar. This is the area where we battled that first mid-boss. He was a bit scary, but honestly, Private Pawn is not really that bad once you get the hang of him. I only didn't like him before because, well, when I first played this game, I did not get golden on the first try, and also I didn't really care that I didn't get gold in the first try on that. Honestly, I was more focused on survival, and I didn't know until later that you had to do that battle on 3 turns. That's actually kind of tight. It's like unnecessarily tight. That one, they kind of actually imbalanced out a bit. They actually made that a lot more difficult. Wait, how are you supposed to take out trickier battles, Bowser Jr., without taking too much damage, but also in 2 or 3 turns or something, whatever that was? Seems really difficult if you ask me. Oh yeah, I remember this area. I remember I was very confused here. I looked everywhere for that red switch, and I could not find it at all. Good grief. Oh, I think I know what I have to do. I pretty much have no choice but to fire a cannon to get over it. I don't know any other way of doing that. Yep. Yeah, sure enough, that's what I was missing. Yeah. I could have had that done so much earlier. To be fair, I was a bit more focused on going for the chapters in this first part, so I kind of ignored that for a bit, but other than that, though, yeah, just kind of doing stuff. Oh. There we go. I think this is actually getting close to the time where we get chest. So we could have technically got this very early on. So this is going to be probably a very weak weapon because of that. Because what we're supposed to do is get this immediately after the first battle. And we just kind of forgot it. We get Bowser Basher. That's cool. I almost kind of want to use that on the final boss, or Bowser Jr., but, nah. Can't really do much. Alright, looks like we did find this hidden chest set up, so sure enough, we use this and go up to the side area. It looks like we have found the secret chapter. There's one of these in every single world of the game. Somewhere, just kind of hidden around in the middle of nowhere. And you have to find all 4 of them if you want 100% this game. They also typically give a lot more orbs than just the regular chapters do. But I have a little bit of a problem I should tell you about. And that, oh, I guess it's not like a regular problem. It's a problem that I have to end this episode right here. Sorry, guys. It's starting to get a little bit long, but hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and in the next video, we are going to hopefully finish off the Ancient Gardens cleanup. Until then, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.